Hey everybody, welcome, Falcon, Massive Chalice. I assure you, that's not a innuendo for anything related to my size in general, because obviously that would be a blatant lie. You know, my shortcomings aside though, no pun intended, if you're asking yourself what Massive Chalice is all about, very good question to start the video off with, I would say. Think of something like Massive Chalice along the lines of, if I had to break it down to its bare minimum, let's say XCOM, not XCOM of old, but like more XCOM of new, like the Fire Axis XCOMs. Think of that, mixed in with a little bit of Fire Emblem, and I'm pretty sure that one of the recent 3DS games from Fire Emblem did this, but I'm thinking back to the old ones, where certain soldiers in your army would, you would pair them up, right, and they would basically give you a child, and that child would inherit their traits and skills and things of that nature. Massive Chalice actually adapts the system sort of to that. But it's kind of done in a succession type of way where you basically have to align kings and queens together in order to continue a bloodline in certain areas that you take over and then have to govern over, right? I mean, that's basically the plebe version of what I'm trying to, I guess, portray here, and actually what Massive Chalice is all about. It's a lot more in-depth than that, but that's kind of like the bare minimum breakdown of it. So all that said and done, let's actually get into the game here so we could kind of, maybe the game will do a better job of explaining myself than I am. So, we're gonna start a new game here. We need a name for myself, or a game name. Let's go with, the old Falcon Meister here. Falcon Meister? What the fuck am I, 12? I feel like my uncle here. Hey, how you doing there, Falcon Meister? Not that my family would call me Falcon in real life. If they would, that would be kind of weird. That's besides the point. Let's see, over here you have a chance of, a choice of actually choosing the bloodline names that you're going to be getting in the game, right? You could go with something thematic, serious and whatnot. You could also go with something non-thematic, silly, or both. We're going to go with serious just to kind of keep it a little bit serious right now, but we could probably do silly later on. So we're going to do that, continue, onward my friend. And I think there might be some sort of explanation here going on, so I will shut up for that in case that is the case. Yes.
It's taking too long.
Patience.
Patience? I don't see what patience has to do with this. It should have happened by now.
Life keeps to its own timetable, not ours.
Oh, doesn't stop us from trying. Good morning.
Your ruler has risen. Rejoice, and let bellow the horns of birth.
Right. I know how strange all of this looks, but there's an easy.
Immortal protector of the nation, progeny of the great bloodlines, master of strategies, eternal conductor, and forger of matrimony.
We're here to advise you on how to handle ruling and commanding.
The horns of battle.
Every time. Fine, we'll have to do this later. The Cadence is attacking. Heroes, jump in! Get in there! The ruler will be with you shortly!
And off they go.
We'll explain later. We just need you to take command, because our citizens, understandably, find it hard to trust a giant talking chalice.
we are not just a giant talking chalice.
But the nation will listen to you because you're of their blood.
Forged from the bloodlines of the great houses.
Oh, and one last thing. Unfortunately, the bloodline ritual that was used to create you also bound you to us. So you can never leave the throne.
But do not despair. You can still command your heroes. Look inward, and you will find that your mind can follow them anywhere.
So, I don't feel like I have to tell you, but that was indeed a massive chalice now, wasn't it? Either way, let's get into the game here. So, kind of a long introduction. I'll probably have an annotation there for you guys to skip forward if you guys aren't too keen about introductions and whatnot. So right now, one of the amazing things I like about the game is the witty banter between the chalice itself. Like, there seems to be two entities in the chalice that are always kind of, you know, giving in their 2 cents in a sense, but they're kind of doing like in a really mockery type of way. But it's actually kind of witty and amusing, which is something that, you know, a lot of games try to capture but kind of miss out on, but I really enjoyed it. It seems really natural and whatnot. So, either way, we have Crossbowman over here. They will probably give you a little bit of a rundown for each of the classes. Let's do that really quickly.
Here you have the hunter. Attacking at close range is good, but attacking from afar, where one can think and plan, is better.
If you listen closely, you might be able to hear your group leaving you behind as you line up that perfect shot.
Actually, the hunter will be in front of the group, stealthily scouting ahead.
Is that what they say they're doing? This is a caberjack. They hit things with a caber. Sometimes they hit hard and put things down. Other times they hit not so hard and just knock things out.
That's all you're going to say?
Simplest way of life there is.
Caberjacks. Profound purveyors of violence.
Case in point. Alrighty, so, usually there's also the alchemist, but apparently I don't think we actually rolled an alchemist in the starting group. The starting group's going to be random, and then from then on you kind of go and make your own parties and start setting up lineages and whatnot. But for now we're going to start going forward here, so let me move one of my caberjacks over here. Fuck that, I'm going to call him a lance corporal. Well, not really an lance corporal, but he's going to be a spear knight to me, right? So we have snipers, we have spear knights. I'm going to move this crossbowman like up to here. A little bit of a rundown here. As you can see, this kind of works a little bit like XCOM, where if I can move over here and still actually take an action. If I move beyond the orange portion and go to the white portion, then I'm out of moves, essentially. That's my turn for that individual character. So keep that in mind as you're either watching or playing along in case you want to check out the game for yourself here. We have another caberjack here. We have Percival Melraki. Alrighty. So one of the things that's really, at least to me, like really capturing about Massive Chalice, that it kind of has like this whole maybe Game of Thrones-ish type of thing where, you know, there's a lot of like lineage involved, as I've mentioned
First
before.
catch of the day.
We can't tell you much about the Cadence because not much is known. It's old, first sighted centuries ago. It cares only for destroying our nation with its corruption.
That's where pawns like you see here come in. Think of them as attack dogs the Cadence creates to spread corruption in the world.
And that's a little bit of a breakdown for the what exactly is the Cadence and whatnot. You know, they're not entirely sure what it is themselves, right? But, you know, they're up to no good. At least that's what we're led to believe. So let's see here. We have Percival Melraki. With Percival Melraki, I can move over here and do something, or I can just come over here and get an attack on. I would have 80% chance to hit and 10 to 14 damage. I'm down with that. So let's go ahead here. Percival, good luck, my friend. 11 damage. It'll do for now. Now, the interesting thing about the...
Arguably the lowliest of pawns are more nuisance than menace.
But if you're going to remember one thing, don't let those runts form a posse. Keep them apart.
Otherwise it'll be like when caberjacks get together at a tavern.
Except not the best night of your life.
Alrighty, so the other thing is the lapse over here. This enemy is actually pretty interesting in the fact that its attacks will actually drain your experience, so you might want to avoid getting hit by the lapse. The seeds will just do basic damage. The lapse will indeed do damage at the same time it has an ability to actually sap you from experience too, which is not good because you want to level up your characters, because the more you level them up, the more skills and traits they have to pass on to their possible successor. So you have Lina Rylis here, or Lina Rylis, whatever. Let me try to take a shot here. 75% chance. This could be for the kill if it lands for at least 9, so let's try it out. Boom. Enough for the kill. And by killing the laps over there... Alright guys, come on Massive Chalice. You've had enough of the spotlight. This is my Let's Play. If you don't like it, you make your own Let's Play. How about that? Either way. So, as you can see, us killing that individual costs a little bit of pushback damage for this Caberjack over here, which is... I'm not even entirely sure who this is. Percival Morek. And that was a little bit of a pushback effect. It didn't really cause us any damage, thankfully, but there are going to be some enemies later on where you kind of have to kill them from afar because they will kind of bleed an effect that will cause damage to you if you're kind of nearby. So at least we got the laps out of those, which is kind of like the really, I guess in the first match, like the more dangerous individual you could run into. So for now, I think we probably have seeds left. If not, we'll probably have another laps too. We'll see. Let me move this sniper over here, and then we'll have... Who is this? I don't even know how to... Is that an eye? That is an eye. Illidan Rylis. Alrighty, Illidan Rylis. Let's move you over here for now. We have a bunch of snipers for this mission, it seems, so that's pretty cool. There's another seed over there. Alrighty. It's your funeral, buddy. You have no range attacks to my knowledge, so, you know... Enemy spotted. So, much like I mentioned XCOM in the start of the video, this is what I meant by XCOM. Like, there is a very, I guess, fog of war type of system here. Not that, you know, XCOM seems to have the fucking copyright or the rights or the, I guess, elemental properties to that whole fog of war effect. But, essentially, you kind of want to move in a way where you will draw enemies to your attention slowly. You want to, like, not necessarily summon the entire map to your awareness because they will come after you and, you know, overrun you. And that's basically the worst thing you could do in a type of game like this, much like, you know, XCOM taught me. So, let's see here. We have this dude. He'll probably go down. Now, the interesting thing about the Caberjacks, they also have this thing called a knockback, which, low damage attack that knocks back and stuns enemies. So, we'll probably try that out just to kind of get a feel for it here. So, let me go into knockback. And 3 to 4 damage. You can see that the damage is quite low, but it will push this enemy back. So, if I'm going to do that, let me actually move directly behind him first, and then we'll do the knockback and push him maybe over here to get a better chance at the other people to get a kill here. So let me do the knockback on this individual right here. Confirm it. Boom. As you can see, that's quite a knockback, and actually we did a little more damage than I expected too. Oh, wait a minute, did he actually take extra damage because he slammed into that thing? Or no? Am I reading too much into it? Because there was the 4 damage and you saw a 1, right? Because he dropped 5 HP. We hit him for 4, and then there was an extra 1 damage, so I'm not sure if that was by slamming him into this little barricade over here. If that's the case, then that's pretty fucking awesome. I just learned something myself. Not that I'm a pro at this game. I'm fairly new at it itself, but I've done a few missions here and there. Alright, so this guy, as you can see, is either fucking quite intoxicated or he's just stunned. I'm gonna go with stunned. But, you know, you never know about these seeds, man. I don't know about him. You don't know about him. So, 50% chance to hit. Seems really low for an enemy that's, you know, completely fucking dazed, but okay. Now, out of curiosity, do you have a shot from over here? I do. Let me actually go with the long-distance shots over here. So, Arliss Blackstone is kind of a crazy shot, but hey, good on you. Good on you, my friend. So we have is that a level up for you? I think that was probably a level up for him, too. Alright, so we have 1 seed over here, and we know there's 1 kind of roaming about over back on that side. So, Lina Rylis, you are another crossbow person. Let me have you move over here. I don't think you have a shot? No, you don't. So let me just move you probably over here and just have you hang out here for a second. My boy, the Caberjack, Kent Carlson. Not really too, Kent doesn't really sound like a really, ye old English type of name to me. Not that I'm aware of what ye old English even really is, other than, you know, just cheap alcohol at liquor stores that you have to kind of acquire when you're kind of broke, but it's besides the point. Old English, you know, I just kind of sponsored you a little bit in the video here, so if you want to send me like a case of booze, then feel free to do so. I wouldn't mind it. Illidan Rylis. I think that's pretty much it. So let's just end my turn here and end my turn. Let's have these steeds come to us because they have no long-range attacks, so the closer they get to me, the better it'll work out. Oh, you're gonna get an attack all the way from over there, huh? Aren't you the motherfucker right now? Okay. So, Percival Moraki. You're down to 6 HP, my friend, so you gotta be careful here. Let me see about an attack here. 70% chance to hit, 10 of 14. This would be an instant kill. Let's try it out. Boom! Instant kill it is. Got you a level up as well. Good for you, my man. Alrighty, so Kent Carlson, let's have you go up here and kind of scope this area out a little bit. Aha! Another lapse. Now, lapses do have long-range attacks, so keep that in mind. I'm going to move you behind over here just to kind of keep you a little bit safer.
Be wary.
And since we're going to be dealing with some long-range dude, let me see about probably spotting this seed one more time. Aha, there we go. Can I get a shot on? Oh, I can. This would be for the kill, possibly if we hit for max damage, and if we do hit, because we're looking at 50% chance to hit, so... yeah. Way off. Way off. Alrighty. Luckily, he's not even aware. I missed so bad that he was just kind of like, what the fuck was that? Just a gust of wind? Oh, I have another shot over here. Let's try it out. Ah, enough for the kill. That's how it's done. You can take a lesson from this guy behind you, whoever you are there, from Hunter up front. We have Lina Rylis again. Another crossbow person, and then we have 2 crossbow people left, as a matter of fact. Actually, just 1. I'm seeing things. I'm blind as shit, apparently. Let me have you... we want to get that, lapse, right? Let me move you over here. Maybe you'll get a shot. Nope. Doesn't seem like you can even see it right now. So let's just move you behind this, fire thingamabob over here. Oh, another seed. Enemy spotted. Yeah, come at me, bro. See what happens to you. Feeling froggy, motherfucker. Jump. Is that the same guy or another guy? There might be another guy. Alrighty. We have shots on him, though. 50% shots, but, you know, they're shots nonetheless. Let me move you up to here. You missed the first time around, so this is your chance of redemption right here, Illidan Rylis. Alrighty. Redemption it is. Good job. Lose the Fury, he says. Alrighty. Now, Arliss Blackstone, let me get some eyes over here. Let me move you over here. Maybe you'll spot something. Oh, we do see the lapse finally. We have a shot on the lapse too. A really good shot as well. By the way, the hunters have this thing where they could actually camouflage themselves. Why it's not allowing me to do it? It's really, oh, because I'm spotted. Essentially, if you haven't been spotted, you could actually have them camouflage into parts of the map. And that's what they meant earlier on when he said that, you know, hunters can actually go ahead and scope areas out by keeping camouflaged. Let me take this shot over here. 80% chance to hit. Oh, come on. You hit the 50% chance, but not the 81? Come on, bro. Alrighty. So, let me move... who is this? This is Lina Rylis. Let me see if I can get a shot over here. 9 to 12 damage. 10 damage it is. Perfect. So, we could almost get this person killed with maybe one more shot. Mind you, we're kind of putting ourselves in a situation where we're going to probably get hit as well. So we're kind of going for... oh, this is actually a Caberjack. They're all Caberjacks. Alright, never mind. Percival Moraki, let's just have you move behind this fire pedestal over here. And then we have Ken Carlson. Ken Carlson, you won't be able to get to this dude, unfortunately, this turn. So how about we just move you, I would say over here. You'll be rather protected from it anyway, unless it comes around. Oh, I'm not protected from this seat, though. Okay, there he comes around. Oh, you motherfucker. See, we lost 150%. We actually lost the level just now with that hit. Alrighty, you know. Good shot. I can't really fault it. It was a good shot, motherfucker. Not happy about it, but I understand your premise that you want to live, so you'll probably have to take these hits on me. Let me move Lina over here. We should have a shot, right? 75% chance almost for the kill. Do I have a shot over here? I do. Not really liking my chance for that one, though. So let me try this one instead. Oh, come on. 1 HP. Well, it should be enough for the kill over here, assuming we hit this. Come on, 64% chance. You gotta hit this, right? Boom. And it'll push me back. It's fine. Let the ravens feast, he says. And then this dude over here is, are you like level nothing now? You're back to level 1, Arliss. Alrighty, Arliss. This is your chance right here to get your level back. Let's move you over here, and let's just shoot this guy in the back. Boom. Maybe you'll level yourself back up? Maybe? No. Oh, you did. I think you did. So we have 2 level ups here.
Better than I expected.
Of course it did. I'm on the helm, baby. When Falcon's on board, nothing's going to go wrong, obviously, other than everything conceivably that could go wrong. So we have a few levels over here by Atlas Blackstone. Let's check out Atlas Blackstone over here. Unlock a level 2 follow-up. Grants a quick hip-fire crossbow shot for 50% damage if the first shot hits, so that's actually pretty good. We're going to unlock this right here. For the most part, I haven't really gotten too far ahead, so I'm not sure if there's like a bigger skill tree involved, but the initial ones are basically just, there's no option to pick different ones just yet, but that could be because it's either a low-level one, or again, the game is still in early beta, so obviously there's a lot more development time ahead. For Ken Carlson, you are... Who are you? You are... Caberjack. Dash in a straight line to cover more ground or ram another character. The further the charge, the more damage and knockback delivered. Interesting. So yeah, we'll definitely unlock this, no other choice. And then for Percival and Milraki, we'll give them charge as well. So my people have been leveled up there. Let's proceed forward.
Right. So this is our nation, and as we said, we are not in the best of shape.
That muck you see surrounding us is the Cadence. It's what created the pawns, corrupted our lands, and is slowly tightening on us like a noose. But we do have one advantage.
Thanks to several enchanted materials that make up our body, we've been endowed with certain powers. One of them being a way to cleanse the Cadence from this world. It's really quite a miraculous process, wherein we harness the properties of...
The thing is, it takes a long time for us to charge up for this. A long time. All of the heroes you just commanded in battle will be long gone when we're finally ready.
And with all that time still ahead, we need you to protect us. You will take charge of the nation, command its citizens worthy of becoming heroes, and ensure that the Cadence does not reach the capital.
Now let's check out that keep you just saved.
And again, this is basically what I was talking about, the whole succession type of thing. Don't get overly attached to any of your warriors, by the way, because the game actually takes place in terms of years. So days are going to go, or actually years are going to go by on the fly. I guess you could say days, but they're going to go on the fly. So you're going to constantly be rotating through a lot of new people that you have to level up, kind of bear children, give them better skills and traits, and then continue going, because that's the name of the game over here. So right now we're going to visit the keep that we just kind of took over here.
The keeps. Bloodline forgers of the nation.
The stonemasons did good work here. I'll thank them later.
Here you will appoint one hero as a regent, and one as a partner. The more experience they have, the more they'll pass on to their children.
That goes for traits and personalities too. Everything's game.
And keep in mind, assigning heroes to keeps retires them from combat. You can't have one foot at home and one in the battlefield.
And again, the moment you assign a regent to the actual keep itself, no more. Not going to use them in battle anymore. So you got to choose a little bit wisely. Do you have a really good fighter? Do you want to necessarily keep him on the field? Or do you feel he's better off taking over a keep and then bearing kids that are also going to adapt his skills and traits that you could possibly make a better, warrior or possibly a king down the line? So you kind of have to manage that a little bit. What's a little bit more important to you? So right now we're going to assign ourselves a king here. No reason why. No reason. It's not a, why not a queen falcon? Well, I could do a queen too. I'll probably do a queen next. Don't worry, man. It's an equal opportunity type of thing here in the Falcon regent system. So right now we have Percival Milraki, who did pretty good for us as a caberjack. He has a high fertility rate too, so apparently he's just, passing him through the goalie like nothing, baby. Viagra not needed. You better not need Cialis for this dude. So his traits are bountiful, which is increased chance to have children, obviously, because he has high fertility. His personality is a flincher, reduced evasion against melee attacks. I'm not too crazy about that. You're a melee dude. He's a rebel. Personality traits run counter to those of parents and trainers. And his status is young age, so right now he's 16 years old. He could be quite a young king here. His strength's 8, so right there, his strength is actually one of his highest stats over here, so keep that in mind. So we could probably go with this dude. Maybe I'll consider it. We also have Artless Blackstone over here. Average fertility, though. Come on, dude. You gotta bear kids a bit more faster than that. And we have Vanguard, Ken Carlson. High fertility. Let's check out Ken Carlson here. Heart disease. Oh, no. No, my friend. You are not going to be a king. I can't have you croaking on me that early on. And an average fertility for Illidan Rylus level 1. You're more of a dexterity person. That's because you're a hunter, so that would make sense. He's brainy. Increased intelligence. Decreased dexterity. And sickly. Decreased max HP. I don't really like these kings, man. You know what? I'd have to go for a queen, as a matter of fact. Let's see what Murin Ol, the huntress, is up to here. Dexterity, 5+1. So she's strong-willed, bountiful, asthmatic. Oh, come on. Movement is reduced after sprinting in a previous turn. Personality reckless, the hero's careless manner decreases armor effectiveness, and young age. Alrighty. Well, I'm not really hitting the bank over here in terms of these people that could possibly be the region of this keep. Bountiful, bear strength, and clumsy. You know what? You're a caberjack. That's actually not too bad. You have increased strength. Personality is a flincher, which is, I'm not too crazy about it, but I like the whole bountiful and the bear strength. So you know what? I'm going to go with Domingo Torres. Domingo Torres, the king of the keep. Alrighty, so who is going to be bearing your kids, Domingo?
Although this isn't an arrangement out of love, who knows? Maybe it'll turn into that.
We've seen it happen.
Personality, traits, experience, they're all important here.
But just because this is an arrangement of necessity doesn't mean you should reduce these heroes to a pile of numbers either. They deserve better than that.
You know what, game? Or Chalice, you don't tell me what to do. I will pair up whoever the fuck I want to pair up. This is going to be Falcon's own personal love connection, alright? So we have 16-year-old Domingo Torres. Let's see. High fertility. You are strong-willed, bountiful. I'm not too crazy about the asthmatic thing, but I like strong-willed and bountiful. Obviously, because you'll bear more kids that way. This hero's careless manner decreases armor effectiveness. Okay, so we have that going. Can I pair you with another dude? Chance for children? None. Yeah, I would imagine so. But because he's fertile, we don't necessarily have to get a high fertility person as well to back him up, so that's not really that big of a deal. We have Lina. Lina has nearsighted, decreased sight range. Yeah, no wonder you're missing those shots. Impressionable. Personality is strongly influenced by other heroes in combat. Alright, we also have Kalindra Carlson. Strong-willed and stalwart. This hero's defensive barrier increases armor effectiveness. You know what? You're actually pretty good. You have strong-willed and good personality. Let's go with Kalindra Carlson, who is 19 years old. So you know what? In a sense, she's going to be kind of like a cougar for old Domingo Torres over here.
Many happy returns.
Let's give the newlyweds some privacy, eh?
I'll give them privacy, alright? So you guys, get busy. Give me some kids.
It's a lot to take in, but you'll handle it, or your mind will become as cracked as our body.
You'll be fine. Now then, please join us back at the capital so we can show you some of your other responsibilities.
Alrighty, so I'm going to call it an episode here. We got introduced to the whole battle system, we got introduced to the region system, the whole lineage type of thing. There's another portion of the game which I will cover in the next episode, which will be the researching aspect. There's going to be researching involved where you kind of have to research things over years. You have to create keeps, you have to create thrones and things of that nature. There's a lot of different things you could actually create that will increase your research speed, armor, damage, etc., etc. So there's a lot more to this game, which we will cover next episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, I encourage you to leave a thumbs up, leave a like. The support does mean a lot. If you want to see more of Massive Chalice, let me know through leaving a like and a comment. And we'll continue going for a bit further with this. But for now, just think of it as a introduction to the game, and I'll have all the proper information for it and the description below. If you want to check it out, play alongside of me, whatever. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you next time.